those scales are to 1 micron. Adjust it, no backlash, and lock it up again, and it will give you the bore diameter that you require.
No backlash, so if you turn it back, if you go too far, you can roll back and take it back on again.
You do not need to take any backlash out. There is no backlash.
They say the future is digital, and if you're looking for a boring bar, then you can get either digital or analog boring bars from Big Kaiser, supplied by ITC Tooling Ltd. Can you first of all explain why you'd need a precision boring bar?
Well, precision boring bar is going to produce a precision bore. So, depending on what your drawing says, and you need to produce a precision bore, then you need to know that and be confident that the boring head that you're going to use is going to actually give you exactly what you want.
You absolutely do. And when it comes to these two here, so can you explain to me what the difference is between a digital boring head and an analog boring head? And is one more accurate than the other?
No, they're both as accurate as each other. They're both made in the same way, except one has an analog readout and one has a digital readout.
Okay, so it's just in the way that you read the value.
Yeah, absolutely. And let's just have a quick look at this one here, and you can see that there's a scale on this boring head, and those scales are to 1 micron.
These scales are really, these increments are quite far away from each other.
Yeah, the scales or the increments are to 1 micron.
Oh, is it a vernier scale across the top bit here?
Vernier scale across the top, and as I say, it will repeat to 1 micron.
That's amazing. I find that fascinating that you can actually read off 1 micron just from turning this Allen key.
Absolutely, yeah. And unlock it, adjust it, no backlash, and lock it up again, and it will give you the bore diameter that you require.
No backlash, so if you turn it back, if you go too far, you can roll back and take it back on again.
You do not need to take any backlash out. There is no backlash.
Okay, well that's obviously that's made one of my few skills redundant, unfortunately. But okay, fantastic. So that's the analog boring bar, and I guess it will. These both will repeat to the exact same precise the precision you expect from Big Kaiser. Can you now explain how the digital boring bar works, please?
Yeah, so the digital boring bar instead has a digital readout. As you can see here, let me just turn it on. You can see there you've got the value in the readout.
So now it says 00000.
Yeah. And if we adjusted that, it would tell you how much you've adjusted it by.
So you could read out rather than, because for some people like me, I'm not that smart. So for me, a vernier scale is a little bit more difficult to read. They're slightly more prone to operator error if you've not got that experience. Whereas this is black and white.
Absolutely. So it's fairly straightforward, and you could have an unskilled operator who could adjust it to whatever the requirement was to get back, so to hit tolerance of the bore that they want to produce.
So not just non-skilled operator, even someone who is skilled and can read a vernier, unlike me, but they want to save a bit of time, because with this you have to just have a quick look, see, okay, is that line lined up, and kind of count them in, whereas with this you don't have to do, you just have a quick glance, yeah, that's right, go in, set the next one.
Yeah.
So
exactly.
So it's all about reducing those tool setup times as well, which is it's critical to making sure your machine is running as much as it can be over those shift periods.
That's right. Yeah, and it's an easy skill. It's an easy skill to learn, and just to make the relative adjustments to make it work again. Now with the centric boring head, they will go from 0.4 of a millimetre, which I've got one here.
That is absolutely minuscule. Look at that.
That will go from 0.4 of a millimetre through to 7 millimetres on that one particular boring head.
That is a massive range if you think of it in kind of proportional terms. 0.4 to 7 is a massive what? It's like 1,400% increase from the bottom, which is it's huge.
You do need some. Do need a few different boring bars that fit the tool holder, but from bores of 0.4 of a millimetre, we sell these, or Big Kaiser sell these in Switzerland to Rolex and all the top watch manufacturers.
I don't even want to think how you inspect that.
I've no idea, because we're not allowed in the factory.
Are you not? That's one of their special secrets.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so we're not allowed in the factory. So
Okay, fair enough. Well,
I don't know how they do it, but I'm sure that the guys at Big Kaiser would know how to do it.
I'm sure as soon as you find out, you'll let me know, right?
Oh, if we get a cheap Rolex watch, I'm sure we can accept that.
I think that's a contradiction in terms, that isn't it, Andy?
Probably, yes.
Brilliant. So you heard it here first. Big Kaiser. If you want one hit, easy to set tool boring bars, or if you're a bit old school, maybe like you, Andy, would you prefer an analog?
Personally, yes, but that's just me.
I definitely prefer the digital. I like that. You can just see it, set it, see it, go, next one, done. Brilliant. Check out Big Kaiser. Get in touch with Andy or any of the ITC team about the boring systems from Big Kaiser. They go up to 3 meters. I'm impressed. I think you probably are too.